So a video that I did recently where I put my mic on, I was eating McDonald's waiting for the bus in the nighttime outside. I put like $18 McDonald's meal. Someone commented stupid. I don't know what they felt was stupid about the video, or maybe the caption I put. It was $18 for all that fucking food. Anyway, right now I wanted to. There was like a family right there, and they're a cool family, you know, but not a really cool family. They were a good family, but they weren't a cool family, like artistic or whatever. They probably don't fucking. I could tell the youngsters were like looking at me like, just like kind of peeping how I was, like, you know, talking to my phone. Like I bet you their kids they're dying inside to want to express themselves and be that way, but their parents don't even encourage it. And the wife was like a fucking chismosa, like kind of looking at me. And so I wanted to talk. I don't even want to watch football. I want to talk about the current events. I had a good day today. I had a day with I'm started putting out visuals to some of my songs. And you know, I might never get no recognition for my art, but at least I can motivate my daughter to be artistic and do videos while she's in high school and just do her music or paint, draw, dance, sing, you know, write poetry, exercise, just be expressive, read books, you know, put her mind before her body, but know that it's a balance, you know. No, it's a balance, and really, yeah, don't put it before. Balance our mind with our body. You don't travel, etc. But anyway, I was watching Valuetainment. For those of you who may watch YouTube, Valuetainment is a really big channel. This guy's, interviewed fucking Kobe, Tom Brady, Khabib. He's interviewed some of the best people. I think he started an insurance company. And yeah, he's like one of those guys who has those big old conferences with all his fucking top insurance agents. And I don't know, he just grew a big YouTube channel and he's pretty ballsy. He talks like real in depth about shit. He's really for people. He talks what he believes, you know. You know, he sees what he sees, and he had these like people who were like who already transitioned to transgender and are like regret it. Yeah, I don't even know. He had one that for sure was like a boy turned into transgender, like had like short dykey hair, but the face looked like it was blown up, like all rubbery and shit. And I don't know if that person looked like they were still enjoying being transgender because they still had like that style. You know, it's like your face, like you create a mask and it can't even change no more unless you take that. I don't even know if you're able to even take like the shit they get in their cheeks where they like look like they're sucked up. Man, it's sad. Selena Gomez, have you guys seen the way she looks, bro? It's like insane, bro. She kind of has like those fucked up parents too, you know, that are all like caught up in the mix. I wonder her mom, I don't know if she encourages her, but you could tell Selena Gomez spends a lot of time doubting her own self-image, man. But anyway, there's this mother whose child wanted to transition, and the mother was calling her child a her. So I think it was a girl wanting to transition, and the mother was against it, and I think she was talking about her husband. Like, I just watched a clip of it, and I was putting pieces together. I think her husband was like for it. Like her husband was like, I think the wife and the husband ultimately like separated because, like, I don't know, fucking surprisingly, the dad was like cool with it, but the mom was totally against it. I guess it was during COVID. The school called the mom and said like, either that or the mom called the school and like was like, why are you encouraging my daughter to fucking like to like feel like she's someone different? Like, why are you encouraging her? And the school said, well, we like, you know, we can't, like, I don't know, about something about freedom. I can't remember the word she used, but something about it's her choice. Like we can't like something about her choice, or we can't like stop her from feeling how she feels, some bullshit like that. And the mom was like, bro, have you even seen my daughter? Do you even know her? Like, do you know anything about my kid? What do you mean, like, what do you mean, like, what do you don't even fucking, you guys are encouraging, you've never even talked to me as a parent, but, like, and all these fucking teachers are stupid. They're like pretty fucking stupid. And the other day I was, with my videographer, and we're at my school, and I was just, he's my ex-coworker, he doesn't work there anymore. But he was assertive, like, he's like, because obviously I'm paying him for these videos, and he's down to make money, he's like, he's young, and he's hungry, and he quit the job I was working with him at, because it wasn't like satisfying his soul. And the thing is, like, with music, like, I'm wasting money right now. I'm paying for these videos. Hopefully that something happens. But when you do videos, you're kind of like doing those videos, but you're getting paid. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like weird, right? Like, in music, you don't really make money. Like, you don't see it like if you were doing a tattoo, or you were making a video for a musician or for a business, I mean, the way the musicians make money is if they go to put on a show, they get some tickets, and they try to make a profit off tickets they sell. But I'm happy for them. But anyway, so we were at my school, and like all of a sudden this lady was like, you guys go to school here? I was like, oh fuck, she's gonna kick us out. I think I'm gonna approach some guy with his dog. Looks like they're just stationary right now, not moving. Could be wrong. Could be a shadow on the fence. I think there's somebody just standing by the fence, not moving, for whatever the fucking reason. But anyway, so, like, she's like, oh yeah, well, there's this like club, and we're having I must have not heard her properly. I just heard like, oh, we're gonna have a raffle and some food right now, and we're gonna raffle for a laptop. But when I get there, it was called first gen, like first generation, like college people. And I was like, fuck, why did I even come? Like, fuck. I kind of already knew their mindset, they're proud to be first gen, but I'm thinking like, all these subgroups, like, fuck, dude, like, this shit's lame, like, we know you're first generation, It's funny, because that day in English class, our teacher, we went to, and we're just kind of weird, like, I don't know, I guess you're trying to create some sort of dialogue between students. But I think we should have did it more like where we can actually talk out loud about it. But when we went to the computer lab, because we have lab on one day out of the week where we go to the computer, we could do our essay, we could do some research. It's like a sublet class of English. The class comes with a laboratory, some laboratory time once a week. And so usually there'll be a lab task. Sometimes he'll give us a lab task, and this day was like, all right guys, I want you to write at least 300 words of the topic that you're gonna pick for this argumentative essay. And obviously you're not gonna have no evidence, it's just kind of freelance writing. Just write 300 words. And so at first, my first initial one I wanted to do, like the first time we got the prompt, I was gonna do like, should or should not, should we have conscription in America, meaning a mandatory for us as Americans to have to do military service for, I don't know, 2 to 4 years, mandatory. And I was like, that's something I wanted to argue. I had thought about that, throughout my life, since like after high school till now, or just times I would struggle, be like, man, only if we this and that, and shit would come across my mind, like, man, look at these countries who kind of, it's mandatory for conscription, meaning for their citizens to serve some time in the military. and because I wanted to argue the fact that it gives discipline, it gives a sort of guidance, it gives, humility, just all the good benefits from that, right? But then I thought about, but in class, I guess, I don't know if we saw a video or something. It was something about, I felt like it would be easier to talk about if anybody who's born here should automatically be able to be an American citizen. And I don't know which one I want to do now. Now I'm speaking it out loud. I think probably be cooler to do the mandatory service. But then it felt easy to speak about, like, well, I don't know, just that day is funny at school before, after, this was like after I was done with class. It was already like 3 in the afternoon, 4, when I was still lingering around doing some, catching some footage for my music video. And it's funny, I walk into this first gen meeting. It was like first generation week, like a celebration or like to highlight them. And I even asked them, because what I wrote in the essay was like, I kind of do disagree, that I think we should kind of stop allowing kids that are just born here, because they're called anchor babies. And for some reason, people find that word offensive, but that's kind of a good analogy for it. It's like you're not a citizen. You come here through whatever process you do come here. It's obviously too many people coming at the same time, and I know it's a hard process to come in legally, and it probably costs a lot more money and just too much time. Obviously, time is money, to just come here and wait in line or try to do it from whatever country you're at. I mean, people are coming from third world countries where there is no fucking money, so I get it. But they come here and then they just have a child, and all of a sudden their child gets to be considered an American, and their child is considered an anchor for them to be here. And I don't know, I think that's kind of a clever word, it's not I don't really see it as a bad word. I just feel like it's something for them to kind of like just take offense to. But I said, I think it's unfair, I think it's unfair. I think that law was made. They said it was made because for the Black American slaves, because they weren't considered as, even citizens of America. But when they made that law, they said, when any baby born here is an American. And then I think that law also benefited for us trying to populate our country, populate our military, populate the workforce. But now it's kind of like we don't need that anymore, with technology, with just, we kind of, I don't know, I think our country's gonna grow with who we have already. Obviously we have a problem at the borders. I don't think we're full capacity. I don't really think we're at full capacity, but I just think it's silly. I see it from a point where, I'm not saying they should never become citizens. I'm just saying we shouldn't just automatically let them, because it's a type of qualification that they don't have. So I'm saying them as a group of people who come here that don't have the citizenship, and they have kids. Because what I'm saying is, my brother died on drugs here. All I know is the American way. I don't see no pride in Americanism. I don't see it. I see, if I want to say, I think we should all come together and really take pride in America. I think we do need nationalism. I think we do need to have more pride as Americans, with all this tension, with all these cultures not intermingling, and we need to at least have a common denominator, and that's being American. But when you bring that up, it's like, oh, that's fascism or Nazism. Like, no, it's just common fucking sense. Every other country flies their flag and has pride, Only when we want to be like, yeah, freedom of speech, and like, it's because I understand. I went through the system here. I'm born here. I understand from a different perspective. I could just see it. I see what goes on. These people who come here illegally, and then they have children here, and yeah, they a lot. I mean, it depends if they don't come here with vices. Some people do come here with vices, alcoholism and drug addiction. You know, I see it outside my job. You know, a lot of these people struggle with alcoholism. You know, they're standing outside my job hoping to get a little one-day job to just be able to feed themselves and maybe get their fix, you know. Not all of them, but I do see it. But the ones that come here, you know, come here as a couple and they have one child and the child's American, and they, like, I went to this first generation meeting, they really push it, like, go to school, mija, you know, so that's why their kids take pride in it, you know. And then, you know, like two of these people running this meeting were teachers, and I could tell the younger one, I could just tell she was like kind of silly to me. She was kind of naive in a sense, like kind of even like not for granted. She was kind of what do they call it, like what do they call it, like I don't know. She was like she had like that little thing, like that pride on her shoulder for her story, you know, and I don't knock it, but why is it okay, you know? Why can't I say, well, then I'm glad you're first generation, but you're here now, you know, you're American, and I think we should all come together and like we should all be proud to be here. If anything, you should be the most proud, you know, because, you know, sometimes you can forget where you come from when you're just here, but if you come here and you realize like how hard it was literally your mom who had to make that trip here, then you're like, you know what, damn, I love America, you know, because, you know, but there's like this thing when you're like in high school or like a little bit after high school where you want to be against this society. You want to be like anarchist, or you want to be, oh, it's about money. But then you realize like that little martyr mentality, you realize you didn't do shit. You're still alive. Like, fuck, I still got to feed myself. I'm a grown ass person. And oh, thank God I live in this country. You know, you just see it different when you get older, you know? Because most of the time you're just saying shit you hear, or you're just like half fighting for a cause. And I don't know, I wrote that down, and I didn't read the comments, but I'm pretty sure some people were like, oh, especially young kids, like, and just their minds right now, they're a little dangerous because they're so naive, you know, they don't understand, but they're so filled with emotion, you know, they'll argue, they'll be super combative, like, and super like, you don't understand, you know, because they probably have fucked up parents that don't encourage them to do art, you know, don't encourage them and maybe work so much, you know, living in a society that's so expensive. Like, I just see it. And, you know, I was watching this interview the other day with, what's his name? He's like a young Jewish dude, but he pisses everybody off, like, with his beliefs. Ben Shapiro, I think. Well, he was over there at Oxford University in England, and he was like having these, you know, these debates, and they were kind of heated, but they were respectful. And they brought up, like, he's pro-life, and doesn't matter what, you know, he's pro-life, he's like anti-abortion. And at first I'm like, this fool's an idiot. What do you mean? Like, kind of like when Trump was like saying, like, talking about nationalism, make America great again. But he never like said, dude, I'm not racist, dude. Like, at least if he would have said what I was saying right now, kind of makes me think like maybe like his group was like telling him, hey, you should push this, make America great again. It's making everybody riled up and pay attention, and, you know, he's getting these people super fucking excited, but then these people really like upset, but they're still tuning in. You know, they have their fucking political, you know, teams and shit. Their political support, their political, like you know, they're the ones that like hold different, you know, bases in different cities. And so that Ben Shapiro was like the same thing. Like, I was getting what he was saying. Like, well, if I say I'm pro-life, but I accept here, like, what he's saying is like he's so pro-life. Like, no, like, fuck that. Like, I know there's incest and there's rape. I get that. That's the worst of the worst. But I'm still gonna say no pro-life, because then that'll trickle down to stopping incest. That'll trickle down. Like, if you don't waver, if you don't let any slack, if you don't compromise at all, and you stay radical to pro-life, then he's hoping that one day there's no more incest, there's no more rape, that if our country becomes pro-life and abortion becomes a crime, people will really, really think before having sex, you know, irresponsibly. So I get what he's saying. So that's kind of my approach when it comes when I was speaking about that like I don't think that we should just allow these children to just automatically be citizens. Like, we shouldn't just automatically allow anything, you know? You don't automatically get anything. Like, it just goes also to like these stupid fucking written things in our Constitution. It's like, if it just, why does everything have to be so fucking difficult? Oh, because they wrote this sentence, and you know, it's super hard to change it. It takes 20 fucking years to change some stupid little sentence that just doesn't make fucking sense anymore in this modern time. You know, like, you can't compromise there, you know? And like, I don't know, just so fucking, it's so commonsensical. It's so fucking retarded. Like, so anyway, like, yeah, I was like, no, I think there has to be more of a pride in America. You see all these other fucking countries, all these people where like take pride in where they came from. It's like, okay, but now you're here, dude. You know, how about you fucking, you know, because what happens, like I said, it's not nobody's fault. If opportunity is there, people are gonna come seek opportunity. My family came over to seek opportunity, even in business, anywhere. But what happens is, not that we forget where we come from, you inevitably become part of where you're at, you know? I tell people, like, I'm American, bro. I raised off of McDonald's and fucking rap music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I am influenced by this society and what they allow, you know? So, and I need to fucking tell people to take more pride. Don't be scared. Take more pride that you're American. I know your people came from a different country, but, you know, fuck. I need a chance here too, because what happens is, third, fourth, fifth generation, yes, you know, because this person has to work hard and they can't be there all the time for their children. What happens? Drugs. What this society allows: drugs, the streets, fucking, you know, having sex too early, being unhappy. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be part of a gang or on drugs. Some people are just unhappy because they don't have no fucking confidence, because this society never teaches that in school, you know? So I even asked these ladies in that first gen meeting, I asked these teachers, like, you know, like, because I didn't want to stay quiet. I felt like an odd man out. I just wanted to leave that fucking meeting. I didn't even know why I was there. And there was this young girl too. She was like making it seem like pobrecita, like, oh yeah, you know, being first gen and you know, being like this and that, like saying that she's discriminated against. Like, no, like, cut that shit out. I think this is shit that's taught to them. And there was one young kid right there. He actually said, like, you know, I don't like that. I don't like that thinking. And I'm like, I'm glad he spoke up. You know, I wanted to say that too. Like, no, like, stop saying that. Like, I know you're only 18 or 19, but no. It's like, stop thinking that way, honestly. It's like you're trying to find a reason to fight for nothing, you know? And I asked these teachers, like, do you see, are you afraid that, like, in generation to generation, like maybe your grandkids or your grandkids' kids, like, are you afraid that, like, the American way is gonna get to them? You know, that was what I wrote in class. Like, I see the cycle, you know, you know, as generations go, you know, fucking, you have these first generations that are, like, pushing their fucking kids to, like, and I'm talking about Chinese, I'm talking about Indians, I'm talking about Africans, I'm talking about Browns, you know, Central America, South America, our neighbors in North America. I'm talking about Canadians, I'm talking about anybody, you know, the first generations, they come here. Europeans, they come here and, like, they're pushing their kids to get educated or hustle, and their kids have that hustle spirit, you know, because, like, you know, I grew up, you know, my mom wanted me to plant my foot down, you know, and that's fine and dandy, but what the fuck about what happens to the third and fourth generation? You know, my brother dies on drugs, and who the fuck's gonna speak up for them, bro? You know, that's where I was coming from. But it wasn't an attack on them. You know, I'm not saying you can't ever become, but there needs to be some fucking guidelines, like 4 or 5 years, okay? Let's see how your kid's doing in school. Let's see how you're doing as a parent. Let's see your tax history. Let's see your work history, your criminal history. You know, you don't just give me a fucking college degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just give me a loan from the bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, shit just not fair. That's where I was coming from. But anyway, yeah, so fucking Gavin Newsom, this lady on that valuetainment, you know, she was saying, like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are teaching my kid, you guys are, like, you guys are giving, like, if you're the parent, telling my kid, encouraging her, like, yeah, follow your heart. You don't think you're a girl? It's okay to be a boy. But you don't know nothing. You don't even know my daughter. She's in fucking COVID right now. You haven't even talked to the parent. But a lot of these teachers are just getting policy. Don't you ask where the policy is coming from? And I felt like this teacher, that first gen girl, like the first gen, I guess she's a fucking instructor. It's like, dude, like, I don't know, like that shit. I don't know. There's all these sublet groups when we all have so much tension and anxiety and picked sides and teams. But that young mother was like, I felt bad for the mom. And she said Gavin Newsom signed a bill that if you're 12 years old and up, like from 12 years old to older, and if you feel like you want to transition and your parents aren't supporting you, that it's equivalent to child abuse. Even if the parent has no history of any abuse, any reports to, Child Protective Services, that they could just automatically take your kid, put them in a shelter, help them transition. Like, that shit's fucking sick, bro. That shit's fucking sick, bro. And I didn't even know Dwayne Wade, like his wife, the mother to that kid, his kid transitioned. Everybody knows about Dwayne Wade's kid, that the mother was against it, but Dwayne Wade was supporting his kid. And I don't know, I just bring that up. I don't know, fuck. I think that's kind of weird, though. But, like, what the fuck? That shit's insane, dude. That shit's fucking insane. 12 years old, bro? 12 years old, bro. That shit's insane, bro. That shit's insane. You see all these, like, feminine little boys, these feminine fucking young men, these feminine, like, they have all these millions of followers on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, influencing your kids. It's an influence, bro. Just like I was influenced by rap music, just like I was influenced to pretend I was something I wasn't, and like, join like I seen this little guy doing graffiti. I was walking into the library at school. I see him doing like bubble letters. You could tell he was just starting. I told him, bro, like, that's dope, bro. Keep it up, bro. Keep it about the art. Don't join no crew. That shit's just the same as a fucking gang, bro. And then there was like a little poster of like joining join the cops, like I guess a little police academy right there. I was like, just like them, bro. Any group you join, bro, if you see them doing some shit that's out of policy or they're not supposed to do, like, you have to stick by them. If not, like, you hear what happens, bro. Some guys get killed or some guys get hurt, or some guys, it's the same. It's may not be as violent as a gang, but I told him, bro, don't join keep it about the art, get good at it, but stay here, stay in school, bro. You could learn more than just that. Don't just do just that, because there's a culture there. It's drinking, smoking weed, hanging out at a house that somebody lets you stay at their house, or they're going against their kid on family's rules, or their family might have a history of gangs. Hang out in the garage or somebody's room with a bunch of graffiti on the walls, listen to music, but at the end of the day, you get up, it's a sport, but there is a part of that's violent because not a lot of people start crossing you out. There's like tag bangers that are like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He was like, don't join any crew. Like, he was kind of like shocked by what I was saying. I'm glad I told him that. He seemed like he was just like a little kid. Cause I passed by him later on, like from a different view. I seen like, damn. And he was like talking to me. He's like, said what's up after, because this was like after we met. It's like a second time I ran into him. I seen him talking to a young girl. I was like, this dude's like a little boy, man. Still, I don't know, I might be 18, but just see that youth in him. And I tell him, like, you don't have to join no crew, bro. You can hang out with your friends, but tell them, hey, I go to school, bro. I like to write, but and they'll respect you more for that. And it just seems more mature instead of being a follower, bro. And you might get into some shit, or this guy beefs it with that guy. Now you gotta, like, they don't like you because you are in that crew. And it's like, bro, I told him, bro, do art, bro. Sell some shirts, start a business. If you like to do graffiti, bro, get up, make stickers, make t-shirts, get better at it. But fuck all that grouping yourself, because that just, now you have to be responsible for shit that you didn't even do, and I would like any of my friends to tell their kids this. I would, if they don't really see it from this point of view, I kind of feel sorry for them, But it's a long ass fucking video. I gotta load my shit, but anyway, I gotta read my book, see if the Raiders are winning. Yeah. Peace.